everyone, it's Chad, and today I want to talk about understanding and getting to know people beyond what we see on the surface. I feel that in today's society, with the speed of technology and the way that things are moving, we are not taking time to have interpersonal conversation. Everything that's done via text or with speed, instant gratification. It's like, if we look at somebody and we go, oh, I only like people in black shirts, then all of a sudden people would like me today, but if I change my shirt tomorrow, then maybe nobody will like me. So ultimately, we're setting a standard where if we see someone on the surface for and then we identify that person who they are on the surface without actually taking a deeper look in, then we're missing a lot of the potential things that can contribute not only to the world but to your life as well. I think everybody, well, I say everybody, there's a lot of people out there whose world is internal, which means that you don't see who they are on the inside. You pass them by on the street and they're just another face. So I think it's really important us as a society to be able to reach out and say good morning to people and ask people how they're doing, and and how their day's going, and see what they're all about. I think there's a lot more than we're not giving ourselves credit. We're not giving them credit. I mean, obviously, if they're not the super extroverted person that you're looking for, or they're vice versa, the super introvert, then that person will never have a chance to get to know you or friendship with you, or vice versa. You'll never get to know that person. And what possibilities could you have missed? What great conversations could you have missed? I think it's important that we learn to say good morning and how are you. I think it's a huge thing, but because we live in this digital age, we don't think things like that anymore. All of a sudden, it's like if they don't fit the mold immediately, then we don't need to know about it. We don't need to learn about those people. Let's say that person's a little quirky. Okay, that person's weird. I think it's important that we try to find out the psychology behind that person. What made that person the way they are? What made that person interesting? What makes that person go? What makes that person get up in the morning? What are they looking at doing? What are their ambitions? What are their accomplishments? What do they wish to accomplish? It's not all about a college education. It's not all about someone having a degree or not having a degree. It's not about someone having a good job or a bad job, or someone who makes $500,000 a year or $100,000 a year or $5,000 a year. It's not about any of that. Income is commonly associated with someone's growth, but it doesn't mean that's exactly what it is. Somebody may be on the way to making a lot of money, and they're not yet there yet. We can't rule people out like this in our lives. You're missing great opportunities. These people have a lot to contribute. I've learned to overcome a lot of the differences between people I speak with. Like I've always said, I'm very conservative. Yet I have friends who are liberals. I have friends who are Democrats, and I'm a Republican. And how does that work? Well, it's overcoming differences and learning that you can't force and shove your opinion down someone's throat. They're going to believe the crazy things they believe. Some people believe they're crazy things they believe. I believe the crazy things I believe. It doesn't matter. What does matter is the things you can get from that person and the things you can give to that person. It's a mutually beneficial relationship if you can see things that way. I think that's where people are really dropping the ball. It's getting the chance to know somebody. It's like almost like you have to watch their YouTube channel before you actually know, like, who you're talking to. Okay, I'm going to go watch someone's YouTube channel so I can see their personality. And then all of a sudden, a personality can make a person more or less attractive. That's the part that I think is very interesting. I think that you need to spend the time to get to know somebody, not just look at someone on the surface. I am totally baffled and saddened by the way that our standards are in today's society. Everything is so superficial. It's not thoughtful. We're not thinking about other people. We're simply just, everything has to fit my mold. Everything has to fit my style. Everything has to fit this. Because this is the way that I think it has to be. So everybody fits it or they're out. One of the things that I do in my business is called top grading. And what we do in top grading is we look for talent. Okay, and doing that, I have to get to know people. I have to talk to people. I want the best of the best. That's in my personal life too. I want my friends to be the best of the best. I want the people I spend time with to be the best of the best. And so getting to know people, and that's not the best of the best in the sense of who they are. It's the best of the best that works well for me. You know, is this person going to influence me to do things that I feel are a violation of my character? Or is this person going to help bring me up? Is this person going to be a dampener? Those are things that are important. Those are things that we have to identify. Yes, we do. But I think that we aren't doing any of that. What we're doing is like bottom grading. It's like we look at someone on the surface and say, oh, you know what, that person wears white dress shirts. I don't like them. Or that person, he's a Christian. I don't like him. Or he's an atheist. I don't like him. Or, you know, he works at McDonald's, so I don't like him. You know, maybe his family got in a situation and he's working McDonald's on the second shift, and normally he works a full-time job somewhere else. We don't know. I think it's important that we understand those things, though. You peer past the surface. Ask questions. Be curious. What happened to our curious nature? Why do we not have a curious nature? I have an endless amount of books that I need to read still, but my shelves are packed with books. And it's not because I really feel like I'm a knowledge hound, which I love knowledge, don't get me wrong, but it's more the fact that I'm curious. I want to know. I just want to know things. I just want to peer into people. I just want to know things about people. It's what got me into Myers-Briggs in the first place was I want to know about people. And if I got into Myers-Briggs and I use it as a way to be able to justify what I formerly thought was character flaws. I can now justify it with Myers-Briggs. It was freeing for me. Was, you know, oh, I see that you're not using logic. Instead of you being an idiot, which I used to think, it's like, that's clear as day to me. Now I can go, wow, you're a feeling preference. Okay, so I can listen through this feeling work, and I can kind of work with you on this. I will say there are people that drain my energy, but there's no particular pattern. It's level of thinking. It's not what type of thinking you do, whether it's judgments made on feeling or judgments made on thinking. There are people who drain me, and then there are people who energize me or catalyze me. So I think it's important that we lift the mask and lift the veil off of people. Peer under their hood once in a while and find out who they really are and give them a chance. You never know what they have to offer. They might know something, read something that could totally change your life, and without those few conversations, you would never know. Without actually sitting down with them face-to-face instead of a text conversation going, what up, yo? But really just getting into their head, figuring out what's going on. You know, maybe you'll find there's nothing there, and that's fine. But at the same time, you could have a great conversation. There's a lot to learn from people in this world, and keeping that open mind has really helped me. And I hope it does the same for you, is being able to, maybe this video can help you peer into other people and really just get to know them. It doesn't mean that I've changed my mind on thinking that the majority of people are still morons. I do, but I have a very good process of filtering through that process. So, with that being said, I wish there was less morons in the world. I wish there was people who were inquisitive again. You know, like the Age of Enlightenment, everybody was curious. And I say everybody, the masses. What could we possibly change? Break the status quo. Break it. That's what I want to happen now, is we're accepting this technology as a way to remain in constant contact with people, but the contact is becoming less meaningful. I'm not saying that it's completely meaningless. I'm just saying it's less meaningful. There's a lot of things there's a lot of things that can be done through FaceTime, Skype, better than it can be done through text. I'm a really dry texter, so it doesn't make for good conversation. But if you don't know that about me, then you'll not even, you can text me, then all of a sudden you'll be like, wow, this guy's just really dry. There's no emotion. I'm not going to send you an emoji. It's just not my style, you know. But I will, in reality, I'll express myself, especially when there's something I get passionate about. So there's a lot of hope. I hope there's a lot of hope for future generations to understand that there is an importance still in face-to-face conversation, expression, and emotion. Peer into the deep. Peer into what makes you alive or feel alive. And hopefully we can start seeing the good in each other again and start seeing the silver lining in people. And that goes for myself, too. I don't want to look at the world and think that people are majorly idiots and morons. I don't like thinking that way. I know there's people out there who aren't, and I find that most of the people who even view my videos aren't. They're thinkers. That's probably why they're studying MBTI. I wish this would reach a lot more people than just people who studied MBTI, but it probably won't. I think you guys have sought this information. You seek this information, and because you find this information or you seek it, you're already not in the masses. I'm talking about the massive population. They're not looking for anything. It's day by day. We're going to live and we're going to do, and that's it. And so, good luck for the people who struggle, and congratulations for the people who have found a solid core in friendships. That is quite a feat today.